Hello and welcome back to Kingsclear. This is the July update, and to be honest with you, not a great deal's happened on the layout. I'll go through what I have done in a minute. Most of the time has been spent on the breakdown crane, getting that looking half reasonable, and the coal train that you saw on the opening sequence, getting that weathered up. Now both of those have got videos to go with them, so obviously if you have a quick look of how I achieved that, that would be great. In regards of what I have done, as I said in the last video, the June update, I was going to spend an awful lot of time finishing the station off and working in the yard. What with the heat, barbecue season and other bits and pieces going on, not a great deal has actually occurred. So it's had a bit of a tidy up. I've tried to get rid of some of the dust as well. What I have done is put in these cattle pens. That's using the Ratio farm fence, and the gates are the Great Western gates from Scalescene Products, I believe. I'll have to check that, but I think that's what it is. Excellent products. The Ratio fence are okay. I needed to do a little bit of fettling on those to make them look a little bit better. We've also put the loading gauge. That's just in effect come out of the spray booth. That in effect will not be fixed down at all, not for an awful long time. It's very, very fragile, and as I say, it's quite tall, and it's most probably very keen to be knocked over by a shoulder or an elbow or a wrist or something that shouldn't be there. So in effect, it's just temporarily being supported by those boxes. So yeah, so the idea was obviously to spend a lot of time working in this yard, getting it done. That hasn't happened. The coal merchants building has now been positioned with the cables put down underneath. That just needs wiring in. But yeah, just generally tidied it up, done some bits and pieces here. I've also got some other little bits which I'll show you in a minute when we move up to the station. So before we move up to the station, I just want to give you a bit of a different view of the stable block, and also there's one of the Model U racehorses that you can see there. I've got some more in a minute which I'll show you on the dock. It's a bit of a view I don't normally see. Those gates are actually from Scale Model Scenery. I think I got most of the words but quite in the wrong order. So but yeah, brilliant products. Anyway, as we're moving up into the station area, we come up onto the dock, and in effect there are the racehorses, which in effect was exactly what I was after. So when I saw that Model U were bringing these out, I thought excellent, straight in there. So the handlers, let's just make sure we can zoom in on it so it looks half decent. So they are excellent representations of the handlers and the horses themselves, and it really makes this scene absolutely spot on. I still need to do a bit of work on the dock itself. It's far too clean as it is at the moment, but as I say, that's just one of those issues, in the fact that when you spend more time doing other bits and pieces, you don't do what you do on the layout. In regards to the actual bit on the station itself, the gates are now in for the loading dock, and there's a pedestrian gate onto the, in effect, the horse dock. Just need to spray those up, and in effect what I'll do then is just put some fencing in between those just to secure those gates. In regards of the station itself, you might have noticed that after 6 months the old bills just turned up. Obviously looking at number plates and tax and stuff like that, which is nice of them. This area here, unfortunately, still not decided what I'm going to do. Sorry, this focus is a little bit in and out at the moment. So still left that fallow, but this small area down there, have put some vegetation into there, so starts to get where I'm after. Still needs quite a bit more work to do. And again, the back scene, very little done on the back scene. And that's something that we need to obviously look at in the next few months or so. And obviously the weather in the station. So basically I haven't done a great deal. Spent most of the time, as I said, on the rolling stock. So yeah, so that's basically the update. Just want to give a quick shout out to Dillington Model Railway. Got some really good comments from those guys the other day, and looked at a lot of the stuff that the young lad's been doing with stop motion. It is phenomenal. So just check out Dillington, Model Railway. It's really fun, and especially from a young lad, it's really good to see the way that he uses technology, where I would like to get to that position, but it's strange when you've got a young person doing it much quicker than and far better than what I've ever done. Yeah, so that's about it really. Also, the other thing as well, I'll pan round slowly so you don't get drunk, is the tornadoes that I was showing on the build I was doing for the coal train and the breakdown train are nearly complete. So this is the GR4 in number 2 squadron, just waiting for the Raptor pod to be varnished, and then I can put that onto this aircraft. And that's a GR4A. And one of the early builds that I did many years ago, this Tonka here in the Gulf War scheme, was looking pretty poor compared to the other ones. A lot of the small bits and pieces were missing off it, and it just really needed a bit of a tidy up. So I've spent a little bit of time doing some work on that as well. And the other 3 that you may have seen are now up there. So yeah, so that's about it really. As I say, I'm not going to promise anything in regards of the next one, because obviously we're right into barbecue season now, and then holidays, etc. So I will look at maybe doing some running sessions, and obviously try and do some little bit more into this yard area. As I say, it's getting there now. Getting that cattle dock in there was, or the docks I should say, was what was really mainly trying to get at, because there was a big gap in that area, and I'm now glad that's filled in. And obviously get the rest of this station hopefully done. But as I say, those horses really do look good, and I think with the handlers as well, really does set that up. And as you can see, there's a chap there just having a look at the form of the horses. Maybe he's going to run down the bookies in a minute and put a bet on, hopefully, his vehicle's not being picked up by the old Bill. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this brief update for July. As I say, there's lots of things that I wanted to do. There's an area there which is a bit of a gap at the moment, which I wish I'd thought a bit about more of the positioning, but I'm maybe going to consider putting a little kiosk in there. Not sure at the moment. But anyway, as I say, hope you've enjoyed it. We'll have a few more running sessions, which I'll put online, and then see if I can do something for August. Anyway, have a good rest of this month, and I hope you're enjoying the sunshine.